My name's Deborah Martin Chase. I am one of the producers of Sparkle, and I'm also the president of my own production company, Martin Chase Productions. I'm doing a remake of Dirty Dancing for Lionsgate with my good friend Kenny Ortega is directing and choreographing, so I'm super excited about that. And we should be shooting next summer, and the studio just announced a July 2013 release date. So we are on the. I'm like, as I'm saying, as Sparkle's finishing up, that one's gearing up. So been gearing up, and we've been doing a sequel to Lemonade Mouth for Disney Channel because that was like the #1 soundtrack for weeks in the country. So that was a big deal for them, in the highest rated cable movie of the year. So we're doing a sequel of that next year, and I have another. I didn't, and then I always have a portfolio of projects that I'm working on, and in a minute, something can get moved into the fast lane, like Sparkle. The first threshold is, do I think it's a great story? Do I love it? Is it something that I'm passionate about? Because you have to be passionate, because it can take 11 years to get it done. But then the next thing is, can I sell it? And I have, it's like anything else, I have X amount of time, X amount of energy, X amount of resources, and the process of selling something, is a resource expenditure. So I have to, and so in given my portfolio and what I have to do and the amount of time that I have, does it make sense to take this on? Diversity behind the camera is very important, and it's a huge priority for me, and I know for everybody involved in this movie. At the end, it's also important to have the best people possible. And so, my philosophy in general is, I want the very best people. I would love for a lot of those people, or make sure I have a lot of people of color in the mix, for sure, but at the end of the day, I want the very best people. And I think that's how you need it, because people need to be, this is my neck on the line, this is my 11 years, Whitney and I want to be surrounded by great people. By definition, they're like two other women who look like me in Hollywood doing what I do. So by definition, every room I walk into, I am broadening the horizon, or changing the perspective, or however you want to say it. So and for me, what was important is, my perspective as a woman of color, as is in everything that I do. It's all about chasing the tax credits these days. I've not made a movie in California in forever, because it's all about, you are like I said, it's all about being mindful of your budget, even when you're doing the huge movies these days, and so you are looking at what states offer you the best financial incentives and still can service the story from a physical sense. Work has become so mobile, and what I do is so much about communication, and so now, and it's funny, it's changed so much over the years. Now the last few movies I've done, I've cast at least one person off of a Skyped audition, you know, which is phenomenal. I can remember when we did the first Sister of the Traveling Pants movie, and we were auditioning people in Greece and FedExing, you know, tape to LA to show it to the studio, and it getting lost, and it was like a whole different, you know. And I shot a movie in India, and I'm in the back roads of India, and I'm just on my BlackBerry, you know, going to town doing business. So for me, it's kind of, I can take the nuts and bolts of what I do with me. Sparkle ultimately is about having the courage to pursue your dreams, and knowing that if you dig down deep and you try hard, they will come true. And we have wrapped that message in glamour, fabulous music, great performances, gorgeous people, fantastic wardrobe. Miss Ruth Carter is just like killing it every day. Gowns that are fabulous, and sequins, and, you know, hair and makeup, retro chic, trend setting. It's gonna be a juicy, fun, sexy ride.